The iconic zombie horror series Fear the Walking Dead concluded its 8-season run with a two-part conclusion that wrapped up Madison Clark's story and her struggle to survive the zombie apocalypse. As the survivors fight for the fate of Padre, an island sanctuary that is besieged by the savage undead hordes amid the struggle for control among the living, there is a lot of murder and treachery along the gory path. Within the larger Walking Dead universe, the Fear the Walking Dead series finale offers its protagonists a fitting send-off and possibly their best chance at a happily ever after. It does this by telling a fairly self-contained story. Here are all the major deaths in the Fear the Walking Dead series finale, what becomes of those who survive long enough to make it to the end credits, and how the show resolves the mystery of Alicia Madison's daughter, who had been presumed dead ever since the start of the final season. Within the first hour, there are two significant deaths that shake the Fear the Walking Dead finale. Troy and Crane pass away just as the lines of battle are being finalized. Ever since he and his sister were driven from controlling Padre, Crane has been plotting his retribution on Troy and Madison. In the epilogue, he discovers his adversaries gathered and pursues them into the forest. Crane teases Madison and Troy from the banks of a walker's brook, sending them sliding into it. Madison's yelling to get more walkers to the brook backfires. Crane is overrun and eaten by the walkers. Troy's passing, meanwhile, is rather unexpected. After she finds him severely injured in an automobile accident, he consents to call off the war with Madison. Troy takes Madison and reinforcements from Padre to the location of a walker herd he intended to release on the island as part of this deal. Madison is satisfied and stabs Troy, who in his last moments tells Tracy, the little child he had reared and who had betrayed Padre, that she is really Alicia's daughter, making her Madison's grandchild. Fear the Walking Dead's last episode centers on the split and under siege survivors, with Troy's forces bringing another sizable herd of zombies to Padre following his demise. This happens while Madison looks for Tracy in the woods after she ran away after seeing Troy killed. After Madison heals Tracy, a gregarious number of survivors, led by Victor Strand, choose to return to Padre and assist in its evacuation, only to find themselves surrounded by walkers themselves. In the end, Madison is the one who acts selflessly to preserve the town that she has been alienating throughout the season. After recovering from her experience in the stream and being shot by Tracy, Madison uses a flare to direct the walkers away from the escaping survivors and overloads Padre's gaseous fuel supply. Madison blows up the walker herd, saving the day and almost dying in the process, as combustible gas fills the air. This is reminiscent of Madison's dramatic demise from the beginning of Season 4, when she seemed to die valiantly in a stadium explosion before astonishingly surviving and making a reappearance 3 seasons later. The greatest unanswered question of the season concerned Alicia's true fate. She had been a regular on Fear the Walking Dead from the start and had vanished during the 7-year gap between seasons 7 and 8. Many of the characters believed Alicia had died, as we discovered during the season. Tracy even claimed to have seen Alicia reanimated as a walker. But the series finale provides a conclusive explanation of Alicia's fate and discloses the real reason for her relationship with Tracy. Alicia welcomes the two women as Madison, accompanied by Tracy, comes to after Padre's devastation. Following Season 7, Alicia went her own path and decided to find her mother after learning of her bravery from survivor radio transmissions. Although Madison and Tracy at first accept Troy's assertion that Alicia is Tracy's mother, Alicia rapidly refutes this, acknowledging that she is a childless survivor herself, and that Tracy is the daughter of a deceased survivor she knew by the name of Serena. Fear the Walking Dead, on the other hand, maintains its storyline firmly focused on its own characters and stories, so anybody hoping for references to The Walking Dead, Dead City, Dale Dixon, or a hint at the next Rick Grimes and Mycon continuation series will be disappointed. This season's finale doesn't even feature veteran Fear the Walking Dead character Morgan Jones, who left in the midst of the last season and whose whereabouts are still unknown. Fear the Walking Dead began and ends in a separate area of the Walking Dead universe. Ultimately, the characters that have survived part ways with Madison and Alicia, who have reconciled, leaving for an uncertain future with Tracy following them and Dwight, together with his spouse Sherry and Strand, leading the rest of the survivors in a convoy. Its residents are again searching the wreckage of the old world for a new home after losing the struggle for Padre. But at least they get to live another day because of its leaders. And that distinction is enough of a win in this cruel and deadly world filled of wandering bands and zombies.